We do a lot of soft tissue work, stretching and strengthening. I don't do a lot of things like ultrasound, electric stim. It's really all about muscle strength and flexibility. Keep your joints happy, functioning the best. Okay. All right. So back pain. I already talked about if you're having neurological problems, you really should get that checked out. Meaning progressive numbness, progressive weakness. That's not good. I think we've all experienced some like tingling in your hands if you're on a long ride and you're holding on too tight, or your posture on the bike is a little sloppy and it goes away after you shake your hand out. That's all right. I'm talking about the numbness that doesn't go away for the rest of the day. Maybe is worse the next day, the next day, the next day, no matter what you do. You can't ignore it. You have to get it checked. Okay, so as far as your back goes, don't underestimate how important it is how you sit during the rest of the day, not just how you are sitting when you're on your bike. It's hard to sit on the floor, so I'm not going to pick on anyone. But you really want to avoid all this kind of sitting. And, no matter whether you're in the car or at the table or doing your studying and writing papers, you really want to try to sit on those sit bones, not on your sacrum. So, this is your sacrum here, your sit bones are here. What? And you want to try to minimize the amount of sitting that you do back like that. Opens up these joint spaces in the lumbar spine, puts a lot of pressure on the back of the discs, and once those disc walls start to weaken, start to stretch, it's much easier to develop a bulging disc or herniated disc. He has a bulging disc, we call it. Normally it's a little more posterior, presses on the nerve root, causes you pain down the leg. So you don't want to let that scenario become available for the disc to start to weaken and have all the goo start to smoosh out. It's for medical.
We had an athlete today who had some numbness in their feet after the run. And he advised suggestions on what made
And then it dissipated. It's hard to say without really, sorry, no. Yeah. All right, so one thing that you can do to help improve your posture in your daily life, I'm not talking about your training life, is adjust how you have your computer set up, adjust how you have if you drive a lot, make sure you have your rear view mirror so that you have to actually sit properly and that you're not sitting like this. Just become more aware of it. The more you sit in better posture, the easier it's going to be. Everyone says to me, oh, but they used to sit like this, they sit like this, they're so uncomfortable and they get so tired and they don't like it and they're so much happier like this. But the more you practice proper posture, the stronger you're going to develop the postural muscles and the more comfortable you're going to feel there. I mean, honestly, Dave is like, I can't even talk about posture in front of him. Dave is like, posture is like he's the man. But, this is just, it's not going to help. So that's that. What else am I going to talk about? Weak core, terrible for backs. So you want to make sure that you get that core nice and tight and strong. Core doesn't mean just having a six-pack. I mean, it's all the muscles, deep layers of your abdominal muscles, muscles in the lateral trunk region, paraspinal muscles in the back. It's everything here. So doing just laying down on the floor and doing 100 crunches every day is not going to do it. Some of the exercises that we did back there, say hands on the floor, rolling the ball back and forth. That was a good one. Any of the other exercises where you had to stabilize in your trunk and move with your extremities were also really, really good. I didn't get to go through all the exercises that I wanted to do, but I'm sure that you guys have resources and, work with trainers. Don't underestimate improving the power in your core to help you get faster and stronger and endure more time in the bike and on the run and in the swim. Core is really important. I find that a lot of people have weak glutes. You guys probably think you have really, really strong glutes. I think some of you had problems maintaining that bridge position on the ball with one foot up. That should be easy. I recommend that everyone get a ball because there's so much you can do on it. So weak glutes and tight hip flexors, really bad combination, sets you up for a lot of back pain. Muscle imbalance even can limit your running because tight hip flexors and weak glutes is going to really shorten your stride and not give you a good push off for your running. So you need to really address that. Make sure your hip flexors are flexible enough for a nice long stride without really pulling on your back. I think that's about it. Forward head position I didn't talk about. When you are on bike. If you have a forward head all the time, so say I'm rounded, right? I have bad posture, and I want to look straight ahead, so then I have to go like that. So I'm going to shorten all these cervical muscles here, and that's really kind of bad. And then if you're on the bike like that, and you want to see where you're going, you're going to be like that. So now I'm shortening my cervical muscles again. So you want to correct that forward head position in daily life. The only way to do that is really to open up in through here, elongate your thoracic spine, and then you're going to bring your chin back a little bit. So you're getting rid of that forward head position here. I have a picture in my handout that really, it says bad Arab boy. So you see if you go to, I have some really funny pictures in there of my kids. He has a really rounded back, and the only way that he's going to be able to see where he's going is with a lot of cervical hyperextension. So I don't know if he's like that during the day, if he has bad habits at work or sitting that he can't get to a neutral spine position with a neutral head position. But you guys are young enough, you can make these changes, and it's stuff that you need to work on when you're not training. It's stuff you need to think about during the day when you're about your regular lifestyle. Okay?